Your photo shoots are the coolest photo shoots ever. All your shots are like
Yeah.
like Indiana Jones on roids.
Well, I tell you, I travel all over, and a lot of these shots are shots that I got from different countries. This one's in Africa. We've got one out there where I'm supposed to be in Africa, but it's another shot that we've got there. But yeah, I'm all over.
They're tough and cool looking. And this one, you're like floating.
It's my Jesus moment. Yes,
Okay.
floating in the mist there. Yeah.
So I heard you got started because you found your grandfather's journal. Is that what it happened, or how that happened?
Yeah. So basically, I got my grandfather's journal when I was 10 years old, and then he passed away years later. But he let me keep it, and it has a record of all the places he's traveled in the world. And when I read it, I was like, "This is amazing." He was searching for something. He was searching for human connection, and seeing how magic interconnects with all these cultures and brings people together. And so I've basically gone on my own journey following his footsteps.
That's so cool.
Yeah, yeah.
And by learning things from the journal, did you tell your other family members about what you discovered?
I have now. My mom, she knows a lot about it. Now, my grandpa, he had 5 kids, so my mom's one of the 5. But they all love to adventure. We used to go out and fly fish with my uncles all the time. So, and they've gone to Antarctica with him all over. So we're an adventurous family.
What did you discover from this journal that you're like, I'm going to do this after reading it?
I think the main thing, and it was Peru. Peru really caught my attention because he said there was a magical property to Peru. And when I went, I could feel that there was one story that I'm going to tell tonight, where I went to meet a shaman, and it was winter, and I went, and he did a ceremony, and I kid you not, this was the most profound experience I've ever experienced while traveling. The sky split open, and the sun came out, and it was a ritual to Pachamama. And so he said, Mother Earth is happy, we're all brothers and sisters now. And I knew then that magic, whether it be sleight of hand or real magic like they believed in, it really was bringing people together.
Is it collecting memories better than collecting material things?
Yes, 100%. I mean, when I'm traveling, it's always about the people and memories. And even when you do magic for people, it's not so much about the magic trick. It's about the reaction and the experience you have with that person. I think that the world needs a little bit more of that, just meeting people and saying, hey, what's your story? And magic has a way to open it.
You said something about tricks.
What would the kids tell you after you perform one of your cool tricks?
What kids told me?
Yeah.
I would say my brothers would be the ones that would have something to say because I would lock them in trunks as a kid. I'd have my grandma come in and I'd say, okay, we're going to put you in a trunk and then you're going to sneak out the back window. We don't have a ladder, so you're going to jump. And they're like, you got to be crazy. Come on. But they were. I was the oldest. So I put them up to all these crazy things. So if anyone had to say anything, they'd probably say I was crazy. Yeah.
When did you know you had it where you wanted to do this?
It was around 10 years old, and the inspiration really was I go back to it all the time to my grandfather. I knew it right when I saw him travel, bringing home all these trinkets, doing this first card trick that I ever learned from him. I said, this is what I want to do. I want to see the world. I want to experience the world.
If he was alive today, what would you tell him?
I'd say thank you. Thank you for being you. No matter how old he was, he always had a smile on his face. And I think the reason for that was because everything that he witnessed just brought him pure joy.
I'm only going to ask you this question only because I kind of believe in this. I've had some best friends die and stuff, or I've had a butterfly land on me or something. Did anything like that happen to you with your grandfather?
Yes, and it's funny you mention that. When he did pass away, it was an emotional moment because I wasn't able to be there. I grew up in Massachusetts, so he was there, he passed away. And my mom told me that moment, and I said, I can't believe that he just passed away because the lights turned off and they turned back on. And I said to her, was that him? And she said, yes. And it was in that moment. And even it brings shivers to me right now when I'm saying it because I know that he's here and I know that he'd be proud of what I'm doing.
It's given to me right now as you tell me the story because I had a feeling there was something, this kind of stuff in a connection with your grandfather or loved one. This stuff happens.
It does happen. It does. The same thing happened when my grandmother passed away, and she was the wife of him. She passed away, and I remember I was watching a show, and the TV just turned off. So I've always been kind of around these weird things that have happened to me, and it's kind of they always happen to people. But if you pay attention, you'll notice it, and it makes me realize that there are things out there beyond our understanding, and they're there.
I agree. I say the same thing. So if they say, hey, Fernando, it always happens to you. I go, no, it happens to you too. You just got to notice them.
Yeah, you have to keep your eyes open because, I think nowadays we're so hooked into our technology, we don't take time to sit and just say, okay, this is happening, this is happening. And in a lot of the other cultures that I've met, it's brought me back to remembering that they're seeing and really looking at everything that's happening. And I think that's really important to remember.
How'd you get hooked up with Eric and Jeff to do the Wiggle Room and all this stuff? So how'd you guys meet up, and how's this all come together?
So I met Eric years ago, and I actually met him through another magician friend of mine. And then he introduced me to Jeff, and we just all started talking, and they really loved the story of my grandfather. I told them, yeah, this is what my grandfather did, this is what I love to do, and this is why I do it. And Eric said, that's a fantastic story. That would make a great story for anyone to hear. I said, well, let's tell it, and the rest is history.
By the way, all my questions pop in my head, okay? I don't have a set way of doing anything.
No, that's
Okay.
that's
So
fine.
do you use your magic to, like, let's just say you're not getting on a flight and you could do a little bit of magic to maybe get on a flight? Any kind of little advantage with your magic? This is what I would do. This is why I'm saying this.
Okay.
Like,
There's a lot. I've used it for good and maybe for not so good, but when I was younger at bars. But yeah, I have used magic before. I will tell you one particular instance. I was in Egypt, and I got caught filming in a temple. You're not allowed to do that. And so then they pulled me aside and said, "Were you filming?" And I said, "Oh, no." But I had a sleight of hand skill to be able to switch the memory cards, so I was able to do that. No, there's nothing. You can check the camera. They checked the camera, nothing. All right, you can go. So I've used it in some situations like that. But even when talking with people too, I'm always playing with cards.
I did something similar to that with actual film. I switched the rolls of films, and I get my.
So
No, I'm not a magician anyway.
Okay.
I just like just real quick became real smart when they walked over, hid the film, put another one in. They're like, "Here, you can have the film if you think I'm taking pictures." They took the actual roll of film with them, and the real one was in my pocket.
You sure you weren't taking a page out of my book?
No, I'm older than you, so I already did it before.
So I'm copying you.
No. We never met. But Rich, so cool. I'm so glad I'm here. By the way, it's part of the spirit. I think that I'm always led to something special and cool. I'm led here to come interview and talk to you and learn about you.
Well, I'm so happy that both of you guys are here, and I hope you enjoyed the show. It's a great show, and it's in homage to my grandfather. So enjoy it tonight.
I want to talk to you after the show, because after I see the show, then I'm going to think differently about you and know more about you.
Hopefully it's positive, but yes,
I'm sure it will be.
we will chat more after the show.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Honor, bro.
Welcome to FabTV. Look at Hollywood's latest. See all the red carpets dressed to a T. Yeah, you know me. It's all free.